Vikings, let's win the game!
Attention Vikings fans! The pieces are moving fast on the Minnesota Vikings chessboard, and you, the passionate supporter, need to know every single one of them. From the new addition, who could be the key to unlocking our offensive success, to the heated debate about whether a recent arrival will even stick with the squad, to the analysis of the safety blanket who's become the quarterback's go-to under pressure, and finally, to a defender's definitive decision about his future. This is all too good to miss. Are you ready to dive into every explosive detail? Welcome. Show your Viking support by reaching 100 thumbs up on today's video. In the whirlwind of this offseason's acquisitions, one move in particular might have flown under the radar for some, but not for the sharp-eyed true Vikings fans. I'm talking about the signing of running back Jordan Mason, formerly of the San Francisco 49ers. That's right, the addition that Alec Lewis, a reporter for The Athletic, called on July 2nd, the most underrated move of the offseason. Let's start where it really matters, the field. Mason is coming off an impressive season in San Francisco, where even as a backup he managed to shine. Picture this. In 12 games, this powerhouse racked up 789 yards rushing, crossed the goal line 3 times, and added 91 yards receiving. Those aren't just cold stats. They're proof that Mason has what it takes to electrify our offense. And why is he so underrated, you might be wondering? Well, part of it comes from the 49ers' robust, well-oiled system. But don't be fooled. The real spark comes from Mason's unique vision and ability to find and burst through gaps, something our leadership didn't miss. After all, it's not every day a player makes opposing defenders look like statues. Mason's arrival in Minnesota isn't just another signing, it's a strategic statement. With Aaron Jones already locked in and re-signed to a 2-year, $20 million contract, this duo is poised to be devastating. Jones, with his experience and an impressive track record from last season with the Green Bay Packers, perfectly complements Mason's youthful energy. But it wasn't just Mason's on-field talent that sealed the deal. His specific performance against our own Vikings in Week 2 of last season, filling in for the injured Christian McCaffrey, was what really turned heads. Rushing for 100 yards on 20 carries, he didn't just attack the edges, he made cuts that left our coaching staff and players in awe post-game. This masterful move in the market doesn't just bolster our offense for the upcoming season, it strategically positions us in the chess game that is the NFL. With Mason, the Vikings don't just gain a rising talent, but a key piece in our quest for that long-dreamed-of championship. Now let's talk about the roller coaster of highs and lows that is the NFL. At the heart of this wild ride are the Vikings, who seem to have made a somewhat questionable move recently. I'm talking about the new contract for Giovanni Ricci, a tight end who barely arrived and is already on the hot seat, potentially leaving the team before the season even kicks off. Stick with me to unpack this drama. Signed after a productive minicamp in late June, Ricci came in to shake up an already crowded tight end room that includes names like TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, and Gavin Bartholomew. This begs the question, do we really need another tight end? The answer might not be so straightforward. Ryan Heckman, in his column for the Vikings Age, speculates about Ricci's uncertain future. Despite bringing some experience, especially in special teams where he played 64% of possible snaps in 2023, his offensive track record leaves much to be desired. With a career marked more by absence than highlight reel plays, Ricci appeared in just 5 games for the Carolina Panthers in 2023, making little impact. The tight end room is stacked and every player there knows their spot isn't guaranteed. The dilemma is real. Keep a player with special teams potential, or make room for younger talents who could offer more in the long run. If the decision to cut Ricci happens, it'll reflect not just his skill set, but the team's strategy to solidify the foundation of a multifaceted offense. Heckman makes a valid point. Someone signed so late in the offseason rarely has an edge, especially when they didn't play much the previous year. So, the roller coaster Ricci's riding is steep and full of twists, metaphorically tough to stay on. This dilemma the Vikings face highlights a critical point about NFL decisions. It's not always about individual talent, but how that talent fits into the team's overall puzzle. For Ricci and the Vikings, that piece is still waiting to be placed. As the clock ticks toward the start of the new NFL season, the analyses and predictions are heating up. And amid all this buzz, we've got a special spotlight straight from Pro Football Focus rankings. A stat that puts one of our own at the top of the wide receiver safety blanket list. Those receivers who become the go-to target when the game gets tight and the quarterback's under pressure. Vikings fans, you can puff out your chests because we've got a hero on the field. Who else could it be? Yup, none other than Justin Jefferson. His knack for being reliable under pressure earned him an enviable spot in the PFF rankings. coming in as the fifth best with a 19.2% threat rate. That means when plays are falling apart, it's Jefferson who offers the best shot at salvation. But what does this really mean? Let's put it in context. Jefferson isn't just any receiver. He's become a true safety net for the Vikings quarterbacks. Last year with Sam Darnold and previously with Kirk Cousins, and this year with the promise of being the same for J.J. McCarthy, Jefferson is the guarantee that in the middle of chaos, a chance to move forward is always there. His performance is loaded with jaw-dropping numbers. Last season, Jefferson caught 31 of 49 passes when the quarterback was under pressure, racking up a total of 540 yards and 5 touchdowns, all ranking at the top of the league. The guy doesn't just catch tough passes, he turns desperate plays into explosive moments. And let's not forget his remarkable consistency over the past 3 years. With 135 targets under pressure during that time, no other receiver has seen as many opportunities or capitalized on them as much as he has, making Jefferson a near-legendary figure in our offense. For a team that often struggles with offensive line issues, having Jefferson as a passing option isn't just an advantage, it's a necessity. This showcases not only Jefferson's incredible skill but also the Vikings' strategic planning, keeping a constant threat who can change the game's course at any moment. The next piece of news comes straight from the Vikings defense, where one name has been synonymous with experience and skill: Stephon Gilmore. Last season we faced an urgent need at cornerback after a serious injury. That's when Gilmore stepped up, not just filling a gap but bringing veteran leadership to our defensive squad. Now, after a season of ups and downs, Gilmore is at a crossroads: keep playing or hang up his cleats. In a recent revealing interview on the Money Down podcast, Gilmore opened up about his future. He said, "I want to play this year. It's got to be the right situation. I'm not going to sign just anywhere. I still love the game and can contribute. But it's got to be the right place." That statement makes us wonder what the right situation would be for a player of his caliber. Despite being 34 years old, an age considered advanced for a position where speed is critical, Gilmore showed he's still got plenty left in the tank. Throughout last season, he was responsible for clutch moments that helped the Vikings secure key wins. His performance peaked with a memorable play in London where he intercepted a pass from Aaron Rodgers in the final moments, sealing a victory against the New York Jets. Still, we can't ignore the challenges. Gilmore dealt with a late-season injury that sidelined him for important games. Though his return to the field was cautious, he made it clear his commitment to football remains strong. His ability to play at a high level may not be as consistent as during his Defensive Player of the Year days, but his experience and savvy are still valuable assets. So, what's next for Gilmore? If he decides to keep going, will the Vikings, with a thin cornerback market, try to keep this veteran on the roster? However, a potential goodbye doesn't mean a massive loss, but it would force the team to reassess and likely seek a new signing to bolster the defense. Vikings Nation, today we dove deep into the turbulent waters of signings, critical decisions, and rising promises that paint our future in purple and gold. Which news caught your eye the most, and what other moves does the team still need to make? Your passion, energy, and loyalty are the heartbeat of Vikings Nation. So, let's keep that energy going. Share this video, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button for all the latest Vikings updates. Stay tuned, SKOL Vikings, let's go!